PNS तुर्गिल है। आप पाकिस्तान की बहरी हदूद में दाखिल हो चुके हैं। INS वागिद, जल्दी ऊपर आएं और यहाँ से आपको कराची ले जाएगा। फौरन ऊपर आएं। फौरन ऊपर आएं।
Reports are correct. Indian sub fished up by the Pakistani Navy forced into Karachi harbour, where the TV cameras are already whirring.
So what happens now?
General Ali's already been on Pakistani television crowing about the capture. Meanwhile, the Indians have issued a deadline of a week for the return of the sub, otherwise all bets are off.
Oh, deadlines are bad.
Somebody will have to blink. That's Russell Price, CIA, head of operations in Europe. They're really nervous if he's here. Good to see you, Russell.
We're gonna have to bring everybody around a table, Harry, get in some pizzas.
The Indians are incandescent.
Oh, yeah. They're getting pretty Finding Nemo about the whole thing. Our satellites are showing a buildup of troops in Kashmir.
You know that General Azim Ali is on record as having said that he finds the Indians more of a threat than the Taliban.
Still not an uncommon view in those parts. My Secretary of State is on standby. We're cracking lots of heads behind the scenes. Pakistani President Madassa is a guy we can work with.
Well, except he's not calling the shots anymore. General Ali has used the Pakistani military to sideline his own president.
Then we need to get Madassa's back and isolate the hardliners on both sides. Once we get the talk started, we'll kick some ass.
Well, he seems confident they can stop it.
65 years we've had a nuclear deterrent, and not since the Cuban Missile Crisis has it seemed so likely to be used.
The submarine was a calculated pretext.
Somebody's pushing this right to the edge.
Home Secretary.
Ah. Sorry, Twitter update. They like us to seem with it. A phrase that probably won't earn me the freedom of Shoreditch anytime soon. So, please, come in. The Prime Minister has asked us to step in to stop this potential conflict. Apart from the millions in India and Pakistan who will perish if this goes nuclear, the impact on the rest of the world will be enormous. It could easily escalate. The situation it's unthinkable. The PM got on the blower to the American president this morning. We're inviting the Indian and Pakistani leaders to London for emergency talks. The Americans will send their Secretary of State.
Okay.
Do you think the Pakistanis will play ball?
Well, clearly the situation in Pakistan is complicated. I think we need to support the civilian president and try and bolster him up against the hardliners within the military.
Easier said than done with General Ali in the driving seat.
I agree. So we give President Madassa all our support. Now, I actually know him. I was at Cambridge with him, and I will use all my powers to persuade him to release the submarine. I don't think we should underestimate the personal touch.
When are the talks happening?
The main players arrive in the next few hours. The PM will be in checkers with the American Secretary of State, and they will intervene as and when. And I'm confident that you can deal with all the security issues this will inevitably throw up, Sir Harry.
The UN Secretary-General has appealed to all sides to step back from the brink of confrontation over the submarine crisis. Meanwhile, the Indian government has suggested that it will renounce its no-first-strike policy in favor of a more aggressive approach to recent events. Other governments are approaching the issue with caution. Many politicians in the UK...
Yeah, this is Janie Harding. Send him up.
How's India?
Hot.
Well, it's gonna get hotter.
How far down the road are we?
They're flying in the Indians and the Pakistanis for talks.
So it's all going according to plan.
Both sides under one roof. You get what we need? The Indian signature.
Straight out of a factory in Pune. Hotter than a curry. Only used by the Indian military.
You got any doubts?
No? You got any doubts about me?
I don't. Some do. You're still a tax and spend, pro-choice, godless liberal, right?
Look, if we don't do this, one day in the next decade, the Taliban are going to take control of a nuclear state, and that'll be the end.
What your problem is? You're way too smart to fit into just one camp.
Takes a little bit more than flattery to get me into bed, Russell.
Are you forgetting who I am? I could destroy you, remember?
Not this godless liberal.
What's an MI5 pretty boy got that I don't?
You just answered your own question.
I want you to kill him.
Why?
Because we need to know there's no lingering emotional tie that might prove difficult.
There isn't.
Well, then there shouldn't be a problem. Lucas North is good, right? So better out of the way. Do it soon, and I'll be able to stop fielding questions about your commitment to the cause.
Submarine update?
Unchanged. There's an emergency meeting of the UN Security Council this afternoon.
Okay. Well, our focus has to be on the group who seem to be manufacturing this crisis.
General Azim Ali, Chief of Military Command in Pakistan and probable benefactor of Nightingale's largesse to the tune of $6 billion. Now more powerful than the president in many ways. He has close links to the Chinese, and he's definitely the man behind the submarine crisis. Hans Lindemann, millionaire fixer. We suspect he's behind the Basel meeting, but as of yet, we can't confirm his presence there. Nicholas Blake, forced out of the Home Office by Nightingale for reasons unknown. His successor, Andrew Lawrence. Now, he has no proven connection to Nightingale, but they clearly had an agenda for getting Nicholas Blake out. Was it to get Andrew Lawrence in? Sarah Caulfield. We now have evidence she left the UK 2 weeks ago. She took a flight to Frankfurt using an alias. Now off our radar.
Showing just how much of a new broom she is by helping organise the terror attacks before she left.
Why would she betray both her principals and her government like that?
Money.
There won't be money.
You know her.
At present, we have more questions than answers, but we do know all of these people are in some way linked to a conspiracy to provoke a war between India and Pakistan.
A potential nuclear war. India's set a deadline of a week for the return of the sub, so that's our time frame.
Harry, you were right about another person being at the Nightingale meeting in Basel. Hans Lindemann.
And?
He came in on a private jet to a secret landing strip. Shortly after returning from Basel, Lindemann spent several days secluded in his Tuscan retreat. He had only one guest for the whole of that time.
And that was?
Andrew Lawrence, the Home Secretary.
That doesn't look good for Lawrence.
We need to get surveillance into Lindemann's office right away.
You have to admit, if there was a war between India and Pakistan, it might sort out a few issues.
Can't think why Nightingale haven't tried to recruit you.
It's been gnawing away at me as well.
I bet it has. Let's see what Lindemann has to do with all this.
You going in there?
Come on then, Ross. Small talk me a little.
Okay, My perfume is made from the anal glands of cats. I read that in the paper this morning.
It's actually the perineal gland of the civet. And not anymore, because they synthesize it.
How do you know that?
I'm a polymath.
What the hell's a civet?
Civet is a kind of cross between a cat and a mongoose. And in Vietnam, they drink a coffee made from the half-digested beans harvested from its feces.
Versatile little creature.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, liking the frequency, Kenneth.
Okay, I'll do the meeting room and then we're good to go.
Hey, Lucas. You look surprised to see me.
Yeah, I am.
It's been a while.
Why have you come here?
To kill you? Get out of town, Lucas, while you still have the chance. You can't stop what's gonna happen.
Get out of town. Didn't realize we're in Dodge City.
Contact me when you're safe. Barbados, Bolivia, you choose. I'll meet you there.
What are you talking about?
Red zone's where people die, green zone's where they live. Head for the green zone while you still have the chance. 'Cause it's the last one you'll get.
You're not going anywhere.
Roz Myers.
The feeling's mutual.
Sarah!
Take the shot, Lucas! Why didn't you shoot her?
I wasn't sure I could just wing her. She's no use to us dead.
You still like her, Lucas?
Back off, Roz.
Our only real link to Nightingale, and you just let her get away.
No, I made sure we still had a chance of getting her alive.
Barbados or Bolivia, you choose.
I said back off, I'll find her. Tarek, can you check out the most expensive hotels? Any guests with the surnames of American presidents? She likes to use them as pseudonyms.
She's a silly little show-off. Patterns are always bad.
Jackson, Johnson, Adams, there are 44 US presidents. That's a lot of guests.
Let's get started then. Roz, I didn't shoot her because I couldn't guarantee I wouldn't kill her. If I'd have done that, we'd have nothing. But I will find her, and we will use her to defeat Nightingale.
You found him, and you let him go.
I didn't let him go. We got disturbed.
You followed him to Lindemann's.
Which probably means they know about Lawrence's trip to Tuscany.
Yes.
So what'll they do about it?
Trust will break down between the Home Secretary and the Security Service Chief, I guess, which is good for us. Make sure you don't let Lucas off again, or it'll look like you don't want to kill him.
I wanted to talk to you about the Home Secretary. I think we should exercise caution.
So do I.
I suspect I mean it rather differently.
Go on.
Andrew Lawrence having friendly relations with a Basel conspirator is not proof, Harry.
Odd timing, though. 2-day break together in Tuscany just as Nightingale forced out his predecessor.
Yeah, that's called the availability error in psychology, most common cause of irrational thought.
Nobody else has raised it out.
They may be reluctant to challenge their leader's obvious conviction, which is exactly how miscarriages of justice take place.
No such reluctance with you, though, eh, Ruth?
I'm not saying he isn't bad. I'm just saying we should remain open. to the possibility that he isn't. I'll go check how we're doing at the hotel.
Helipad secure. We're just going to go back and make sure they can't drive a truck in the lobby.
Lucas North. Glad you're on point, Lucas. Let's work together, hum, make this a smooth ride.
Ros Myers.
Hey.
The delegations are arriving. Security's clear at the Summit Hotel, so we're all good to go.
The Americans are taking care of matters with regards to their Secretary of State. He's staying at Chequers with the PM, right?
Yeah.
Ros, I want you to go and see the Home Secretary.
Alone?
I want to be absolutely sure that our evaluation of him is not informed by my prejudices.
Everything we do is informed by those. What's the strategy?
We could push him away from the talks, but then we won't know what he's doing.
Do we pull him in?
Make him one of us. Almost, but give him false information that won't help Nightingale if they get it, but will alert us that he's a traitor.
Risky. If he is innocent and he finds out, it could damage your relationship with him permanently.
These talks represent our last chance to end this crisis peacefully. That's more important than my relationship with any politician.
You want me to give this to Madassa? And what is the purpose of it?
To establish new channels of communication between us and Pakistan. We believe that President Madassa is the voice of reason within the Pakistani camp and that we can separate him from General Ali. It's a code structure that they can use.
I thought Harry was rather discounting my relationship with Madassa.
Not at all. As this shows.
He doesn't like me, though, does he?
Well, I don't think like really comes into it, Home Secretary.
It's funny, he reminds me of my father.
Really?
The more I looked for his approval, the more he seemed to withhold it.
Maybe you should stop looking for approval.
Well, it's a character flaw common to many politicians. Luckily, it works better on the electorate than either my dad or Harry Pierce. Anyway, well, I've always wanted to be a spy.
I'll leave you with it then.
Thanks, Ross.
So Lawrence should hand the code to Madassa. If somebody else looks at that device, we'll know who it is.
What did Tarek actually put on it?
Gibberish. If he hands it to Nightingale, they'll waste a lot of time looking for a code that isn't there.
What did you make of him?
He's a politician, it's hard to say.
You think he's a traitor?
I don't know. But maybe it's enough that Nightingale think that we think he might be.
Ruth.
Exactly.
That spread bet on the Japanese football you asked me to place.
10 corners for Gamba Osaka before half-time.
Yes.
I've got a possible breakthrough on China. Would GCHQ have intercepted signals which suggest conflict within the Communist Party between pragmatists and hardliners over India and the submarine issue?
So you put out feelers to our pragmatist asset?
And he appears keen to talk.
I want you to meet the asset. See what you can find out about China's role in all this.
Okay, Lima team, stand by.
There is going to be war.
The talks
Will solve nothing because Pakistan's president is weak and does not make the decisions now.
If it goes nuclear, it'll be a catastrophe for the region and for the world.
Pakistan virtually disappears. India is weakened.
But as with all wars, there will also be winners.
The world will survive. It'll just be different.
Sounds like he thinks the outcome of this battle has already been decided.
You need to press him on specifics.
Get him up to Nightingale.
How much CIA involvement is there?
They are split, same as in my country.
Who's running things for them?
It's not about one person. It's much bigger than that. Nothing will be the same again. Out of the destruction will come a completely different set of rules for world government. But what I really wanted to warn you about is closer to home. We know there will be an incident.
Shit. Lima team! Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Let's find out who the assassin is.
The hitman was not MSS. Obviously a sleeper, no immigration status, practically a cockle picker.
Heng said there's a big divide in China over this, so it must have been somebody from the hardline faction.
He also wanted to tell us about something close to home, an incident.
A trigger that will start the war. Has to be connected to the talks.
We need to find Sarah Caulfield.
Speak to Russell Price about Caulfield's whereabouts. I suspect the plan is to attack the peace talks and Sarah must be involved. If I'm correct, they must be looking for her too.
Angie Desai, Indian political analyst.
Her room is good?
Just where you wanted it. She won't be immediately missed.
Nice work. Sorry to disturb, Miss Desai. We're from the CIA. Just a routine security sweep. This any good? Get her out of here. Wire this up, Mikey. I'll go downstairs and keep the Brits happy. Sarah Caulfield? Yeah, we'd like to talk to her.
About Samuel Walker's murder,
Several things.
including the Nightingale conspiracy.
Never heard of it.
Oh, come on, don't mess about. We have, you have.
Well, she's gone, like the winter snow. I did hear she was in Latin America working for Hugo Chavez.
Please, that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
You're the one that was boffing her, Lucas. Late night at Claridge's, according to my reports. You don't know where she might be, do you?
We wouldn't be asking you if you did, would we?
But we respected Walker, but now a Chinese diplomat has also been killed on our territory.
And you think Sarah had something to do with that?
We'd like to talk to her.
It's not a territorial thing. We know she's your property. We just really appreciate the cooperation.
Well, obviously, we want to find Caulfield, and what we can share with you, we will. But right now, I'm more concerned about our Secretary of State, whose wheel's down in a few hours. So if you'll excuse me. Can't say I blame you, buddy. I have to admit that I didn't say no myself.
McKinley's, Van Buren's, Cleaver's, and Truman's. It's never ending. Okay. Janie Harding, let's have a closer look at your eyes. Window to the soul. Lucas, I've got her.
Which hotel?
The London Regent.
Okay, scan CCTV. We need a team in place immediately. Track her. As soon as she moves, I'll intercept.
Alpha team, I'm in position.
Copy that, Alpha 1. Contact approaching.
Lucas North. I didn't expect to see you so soon.
Skip it. We were never much good at small talk.
We had better things to do.
So that's all the boys. How did we end up here, Sarah? Why are you with these people? What happened to you?
Why don't you come back with me to my hotel room? We can talk about it there.
That's not an option, I'm afraid.
Oh, shut me, you crazy bitch.
Don't be such a crybaby. It's only a graze with a tutu. Get Miss Reagan or whatever she's calling herself today to a clinic where we can keep an eye on her. Or would you prefer to see Russell Price?
There is rising tension in both India and Pakistan as the deadline for the return of the submarine approaches. both parties prepare to meet for a peace summit in London, there's growing concern in the international community that the crisis...
Where's that?
Lahore. I've got family there. My cousin. He's on Facebook, supports Liverpool.
It's a small world.
Sent me a message. All it said was, I'm scared. This is Lahore if one bomb the size of Hiroshima lands on it.
India and Pakistan have been to the brink before and pulled back. I'm sure these talks will sort it out. You can't lose hope.
Heightening tension between the neighboring countries is causing panic amongst the population. Mass migration
Hey, where are my grapes?
Talk to me.
They made you my interrogator?
Do you rather have Rose? What happened to you, Sarah?
Didn't you see? Some psycho who hasn't got laid in the last 5 years shot me in the leg.
Talia said that.
Yeah, don't worry. When I shoot her, it won't be in the leg.
Why is Nightingale provoking a war between India and Pakistan?
I don't speak for anybody but myself.
All right, well then why are you doing it?
Because I've seen what happens when the Taliban take control of a state. I was in Kabul, remember?
And you think a war will solve that? Nuke the Swat Valley?
It's only a matter of time before they take Pakistan. And there won't be any peace talks if or when the Taliban get their hands on nuclear weapons.
This confrontation will also go nuclear. You know that.
No, we can control it. Goodbye, Al-Qaeda High Command. Goodbye, Taliban.
And India?
Down, but not out. It suits China, who hold most of our debt. Only connect, Lucas. Yeah, wars are bad, but they're like forest fires. Seeds grow from the ashes. Come on, stay a while. Who knows, I might start talking in my sleep. Come on, you know you want to.
Murderer. Self-serving traitor. Not just to your own country, but to humanity in general. You disgust me.
Home Secretary.
Ah. And Harry?
Sent his apologies.
I'll tell him he's fired and you're his replacement. You think I'm joking? No, I think it's time to stand up to the grumpy old men. Let's catapult you through the glass ceiling.
No, I'm happy where I am, thank you. I'm not really a desk person.
Well, I don't know what you haven't tried. So, thank you very much for coming. I spoke with President Madassar this morning on the phone.
And?
He's concerned that while he's here, the military back home will use that opportunity to ramp up the tensions surrounding the submarine.
In what way?
He doesn't know, but he fears something that will anger the Indians and force the peace talks to break down. And I thought I should pass that on to you in my role as...
Back channel.
Back channel. I was hoping for something a little sexier, but I guess that'll do for now.
I'll try and think of an alternative.
The Indian and Pakistani representatives are inside the hotel and talks are believed to be underway. We have information from a government source that the British Home Secretary will be meeting with President Madassar later on today to discuss the seriousness of the situation.
So, let's go over this one more time. What are you doing here? Who else is involved?
I was tasked to kill you. You betrayed me.
How do I know you weren't going to?
I wasn't.
Why not?
Why do you think? Sometimes it's just like that. You fall in love with somebody. Believe me, you can't stop what's gonna happen.
Who tasked you to kill me?
Harry Pierce, you got a Nightingale mole in your midst.
Don't test me. We're on the brink of a global catastrophe.
We're on the brink of something terrible, I agree, but it's necessary.
Well, for the offshore bank accounts of a rump of traitors while millions burn in the slums, none the wiser.
I guess that's why they're still in the slums.
Spoken like a true elitist. You see, you scratched the surface of an Ivy League liberal.
I am an elitist, Lucas. I prefer beautiful and clever people. That's why I fell for you, after all.
It's not too late to stop this.
You don't listen, do you? It is far, far too late. You think this emergency summit's gonna help matters? Here's a scary thought for you, Lucas. Try this one for size. What if we are really the ones running that show? Let's get out of here. You and me.
You're insane.
Get me out of here. Take me away.
Have you got anywhere with her yet?
She's talking. Mainly generalities.
Well, we don't have time for generalities. I'm nearly there.
Oh, you really think she's going to talk to you?
Well, my methods might be slightly more persuasive.
Ross, told you before.
Back off.
I'm nearly there, Lucas. Come on. You hold her hand, I'll pull her hair. I just saw the Home Secretary.
Really? What was he saying?
He was actually quite relaxed without Harry there. Found him strangely...
Ross, the bodyguard's gone.
Hurry.
We need him alive.
Tarek, this mobile belongs to the hitman. He doesn't know who gave the order, but he has to phone in a kill confirmation. Can you get a trace on the number?
Give me a few minutes.
Where are we on the phone trace?
We're close now, but the original signal's been diverted countless times. A hotel in East London.
The Summit Hotel.
We're running a trace on every single mobile in the hotel to find out who ordered the hit.
Russell Price.
Head of CIA European Operations. Working for Nightingale. Well, at least we know what we're dealing with now.
That was the last thing Sarah said to me. What if we're the ones really running the show?
Russell Price is Sarah's Nightingale handler, or was. They killed her when they found out we had her.
How did they know?
We listened to them, they listened to us.
Well, if that's true, it means Nightingale have control of American security at the summit.
So, do we stop the talks, move them?
The Indian sub-commander's just been paraded on Pakistani television and admitted to spying.
Latent provocation.
The Home Secretary said this would happen. General Ali's outside of Pakistan and now getting the upper hand.
Any sign that that fake code we gave to the Home Secretary has been accessed?
Nothing. The Indians have suspended the first session of the talks and returned to their embassy to consider their options. They're holding the Pakistani president personally responsible and threatening to retaliate unless the subs returned immediately.
Who is this?
Anshi Desai, Indian political analyst. She's the only member of the Indian delegation who didn't leave the hotel.
We need to find out why she didn't leave.
Roz, get down there. Nightingale is starting to pull strings.
But play it softly.
We have to parade the Pakistani president in front of the media to announce the release of the Indian submarine. These talks are the last chance we have to bring this to a peaceful solution.
Right now, peace is slipping away from us in either direction.
Only a year ago, everybody was talking about disarmament. The big superpowers were reducing their nuclear stockpiles. If these talks between India and Pakistan have broken down, as it would appear, then we stand on the brink of a conflict whose consequences are terrifying to contemplate.
The Home Secretary's upstairs meeting Madassa in an effort to restart talks.
I think the talks are a sham. I think they're going to attack. We know Russell Price is with Nightingale, so this whole place could be compromised. We'll need to get the important players out.
You think there might be an assassination? On who, then?
Let's find our remaining Indian delegate.
Rose?
Yeah?
The clock on the laptop. It's counting down. It's a detonator.
How long have we got?
30 minutes.
Lucas, this has been tampered with.
Jesus Christ.
So, president, huh?
Who'd have thought?
You, the Home Secretary, is more improbable, given your recreational habits.
I didn't inhale honest.
Harry, the bomb disposal unit's saying it's too late to defuse the bomb. We're going to go for an evacuation. This is set up.
The Indians are provoking to storm me out of the talks while a bomb is left in one of their rooms.
We have to get the Pakistani president and the Home Secretary onto a helicopter and out of here. This attack's Nightingale's excuse to kick this whole thing off.
So, they put the submarine commander on television.
Yeah, I saw, as you feared. Your military do seem to have a mind of their own right now.
I want peace. I came here for peace, Andrew. Believe me.
General Ali is just sitting somewhere outside Pakistan with his finger on the nuclear trigger.
Goal Control, this is Alpha One. We need the Home Secretary and the Pakistani president safely onto a helicopter straight away.
All right, look, Price will have agents all over the hotel. We have to make sure that the exit route is clear.
My security services have asked me to give you this, as well as the book. It contains a code structure for communications between us.
Home Secretary, I'm from the British security team. We have a situation in the hotel. Could you accompany me to the roof, please, where the helicopter's waiting? Both assets secure and proceeding to the roof area, Alpha Leader.
Roz, the helicopter's been sabotaged. It can't take off.
We'll get another one.
It's blocking the roof. Nothing can land.
Take both assets to conference room 1. We'll meet you there and proceed to the lobby.
We've got to get them out through the lobby.
Yeah, they're going to try, but if Price and his people are still in there, that's very dangerous.
So is a massive bomb that's about to bring the roof down. Where are Roz and Lucas?
Still in there. But we're about to cut comms and mobile contact so that Nightingale can't remote detonate.
Mobiles are down. They suspect something. They heading out, Mikey?
Affirmative.
Okay, let's meet and intercept. What's the price, CIA?
We're going to take them out through the lobby.
Lobby's blocked because of the security alert. We need to head to the north stairwell now.
These men are under my protection.
Can we just have a word, sir? Okay, gentlemen, British security have approved my plan. Now we're going to take you somewhere secure.
What's going on?
There's a security situation in the hotel, sir. My orders are to personally ensure you're escorted to safety.
No, I need to see Sir Harry Pierce now.
Let me get you to safety first, sir.
We sent the Home Secretary in there, Ruth, to talk to Madassa if he's innocent.
They'll get him out.
They're not in the conference room.
I've lost contact with the evacuation team. Where the hell are they?
Maybe they went straight to the lobby. He's one of ours. Price must have taken them.
How long have we got?
10 minutes.
We have to find them. If the Pakistani president dies, it's war.
You listen to me. I'm the British Home Secretary, and I insist that you let me speak to Sir Harry Pierce right now.
Well, I'm afraid the mobile systems are down due to the security situation.
What is this situation that you keep talking about?
I can't address that right now. My men are securing the lobby. I'm going to leave you guys here until we're sure we don't have another Mumbai on our hands.
You're not listening to me. I'm not staying here. Either you let me speak to...
Let's go.
It's already been a day of surprises. At the opening day of the peace talks, the Indian delegation has suspended the first session to consider the implications of their submarine commander being paraded on television. And there's a lot of activity in the lobby of the hotel, with rumours of some kind of incident inside. Meanwhile, behind me, people continue to be evacuated from the hotel, and police and security services are beginning to cordon off the area. We have no word on the precise whereabouts of the Pakistani president or the British Home Secretary, who are both believed to be in the building. Any fears as to their safety have been denied by a security spokesman.
Tarek.
Going down there now.
No, to do what?
Speak to whoever is pretending to be in charge.
Harry, there's not enough time. You won't be able to achieve anything.
Get me the Met commander on the ground.
I've just spoken to him. There's chaos down there. Nobody seems to know who's in charge. The Americans are talking about a security incident, and they're clearing the lobby.
The British Home Secretary and the Pakistani president are still inside that building, and we can't actually move in and get them out.
I still can't get hold of Lucas or Ruz.
Get me a car now.
Harry.
There'll be something in a blast zone. My guess is underneath it.
Yeah, otherwise they'd have just killed them back there. They need this to look completely authentic.
The 6th floor would be my bet. Got to start somewhere.
Okay, you guys go now. Mikey, you stay with me until we're sure the Brits have bailed. Guys, you need to clear this floor. There's been some shooting.
Come with us.
Okay, you need to get out of my way now. There's a bomb in here.
Yeah, should we go and take a look at it?
Ruth, you'll have to get me the Prime Minister. He needs to speak to the American president urgently. Only they and the Chinese can halt this now.
He's at Checkers. I'll raise him and patch you through.
You're familiar with this room, of course.
You crazy bitch.
Tell us where the Pakistani president and the Home Secretary are. Give us the room number and you just walk away from here. Lucas, keep checking the other rooms. I'll make sure Mr. Price stays here.
Let me know when he comes to his senses. I'll start with the floor below.
At least one of us will make sure General Ali doesn't give the order that you want.
Even if I tell you, you'll leave me here, so where's my incentive?
I keep my word. You tell us where he is, we leave here together. What's that expression you Americans have? Do the math. Even a 10% chance that I keep my word is better than nothing at all.
You're assuming self-interest is my driving motive.
You're assuming you're no use to us alive. I don't make decisions based on emotion, Mr. Price, or a childish desire for payback. You tell me where they are, we leave together, and I give you back to your government to decide what to do with you.
Roz, I need a location. There's hundreds of rooms in this hotel. You have to get something fast.
Funny. We've only known each other a couple of days and now we're going to die together.
You got some balls in you, I give you that.
No. Just not frightened of dying. Can't say the same for you, though.
There will be a nuclear conflict sometime soon. How long before North Korea or Iran or the Taliban get their hands on nukes they can use?
I don't know the answer to that question, and it frightens me as well.
This is the lesser of two evils. We can control it.
No. You couldn't even control Iraq.
We're going to die here.
You give me the room number and we leave together.
Roz! We're running out of time. If Price won't talk, you have to bail.
Same applies to you, Lucas. Give it a couple of minutes and then leave. I'll follow you. Both know that's not true, though, don't we? My only regret about dying is not being around to know what it's like. A couple of minutes. This is your only chance. Like I say, do the math.
Get me the gold, Commander.
We should restore the mobile network.
Remember what you said about hope. Don't give up hope.
Okay, I'm gonna go now. Help my colleague find my Home Secretary. Even if it is completely useless, I really don't want your face to be the last thing I see.
All right. They're on the 5th floor, room 507. Just let me go. Don't leave me here! Don't leave me here!
Lucas, room 507. Meet me there.
What's going on?
Paralyzed us with a nerve agent. I can't move.
What's going on? A group called Nightingale is trying to manipulate a nuclear war by killing you and blaming the Indians. There's a bomb right above us.
Lucas, get him out.
I'm not leaving without you.
I'm not leaving without him. So get him out of here, okay?
Roz.
No debate, Lucas. Millions of people will die unless you parade him in front of the media and let Nightingale know that they've failed. You're stronger than I am. Get him out. Okay. Right, you and I are going to take things much slower, okay? But I promise you, I will get you out of here. Okay.
Roz, Lucas, speak to us.
Roz, you should go. There's no point, us both dying.
Not really part of the job description. Come on.
Harry, what's going on?
Utter chaos. Can't find the gold, Commander. Americans everywhere shouting they've got a security situation. No idea who's friend and who's foe.
Yeah, any sign of Roz and Lucas?
None.
Harry! I need a medic! Medic!
Roz, I gave the president the code device like you asked.
You know we had our doubts about you.
I tried not to hold it against you.
You did really well. Harry will love you for it.
Yeah, Harry's sacked. I think you're my new security chief now.
Can I leave him, please?
We have to get him in front of the cameras.
I'm going back for Roz.
Get a news crew.
If the missiles fly, millions of human beings will die. To that end, I have ordered the immediate release of the Indian submarine from Pakistani waters.
You see that line? That is what we are aiming for. That's our way out of here, okay? Just keep moving towards the light, okay?
Rose, how long have we got?
No.